Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I get asked so many times, and that is, how do you keep your faith when you feel like you're getting worse and worse? Or how do I stay on track, Hilde, when I feel my health is going downhill, although I'm doing everything right? So if you're on a healing journey and you are experiencing detoxification symptoms, or if you're just experiencing discouragement and not feeling that you're healing, not feeling the heal, or that you're simply losing your faith, this video is for you. Okay, my name is Hilde Larsen. I'm a health and mindset coach. I'm a detox specialist. I'm an author of 3 books. I am a speaker, but most of all, I am a life enthusiast, and I specialize in autoimmune, Lyme virus, parasites, anxiety, depression, and gut health. Now, let me again get to the question. Now, how do I keep my faith? Faith. Okay, so faith to me is something that you believe in that is not tangible, right? Like you hope it is going to happen, or you have faith that it will. But you see, it needs to be connected with knowledge for you to really believe it. So the first step that I always say, I have 5 points that I want to go through with you on this topic. And the first one will always be knowledge. It will always be knowledge. Even though it comes from the brain first, it will always be knowledge. Why? Because the more you know about a topic, the more secure you're going to feel around what you're doing. So, or you can have, you can have knowledge through someone else, through support, of course. Say, so if you're a client of mine, you can rely on my knowledge if that's what you choose to do. If you're doing it by yourself, you have to rely on your knowledge if that's what you choose to do. I've done both. I relied on my knowledge for years, but I knew I had to step up, I had to take responsibility, and I had to know enough so that when I went through this journey and the hardship that came with it, I was equipped with enough knowledge so that I can hang on to that faith in what I knew to be true. And this is a spiritual journey, and this is number 2. It's a spiritual journey. Changing your health from crappy to amazing is a spiritual journey. Why? Because a crappy health means an acidic body. It means a constipated mind. It means an emotionally unstable situation. Might not feel like it, but believe me, every misalignment has an emotional component. I would be as bold as to say it has, the root in something emotional. It might not even be yours. It could be a different lifetime, depending on how you see all this. But, paired with your weaknesses handed down from you genetically from your parents, this is what you've lived, and you've gotten to this point. So when you get here and you start this journey, and what is this journey? I'm talking about this journey. Maybe you're listening, don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're changing your diet and your mindset to get rid of, to walk away from, or to build health where there were none. If this is what you're doing, then that is a part of your awakening. What will happen is that you will awake when everything is, is cleared up. When your pineal gland is decalcified, you'll wake up to not only more of your life, but to all the possibilities. So the more you awaken and the more spiritually connected you are, the less loss of faith you will have, no matter how you feel. Now, going back to the knowledge just a little bit, it will tell you the basics. So for example, say that you have been diagnosed with Lyme. You're prone to have Epstein-Barr, maybe other co-infections like Babesia, maybe you have herpes. Any type of viral or bacterial load that so many people are carrying around, they can be laying, dormant because we've been using antibiotics and we're just suppressing, and you're walking around with all of this. Then you start on this new regime solely for the purpose of getting better, and you're being hit by a train with this worse than ever Herxheimer reaction, which is just another word for saying when shit gets killed off, you feel like crap. Everything that is dying within your body releases toxins. They have energies. They don't want to die. They mess with your mental ability. They literally fight for their lives, and you're going to notice it. So knowledge comes in while going through anything that is extremely physical. Even if you have the strongest of faith in anything, knowledge will help you. And the spiritual journey that you're on will determine how you will experience it, because there are lessons in everything that we experience. Did you know that? There are always potentials to learn in everything. So you can always, when you feel you're hitting a healing crisis, or that you're actually getting worse, and I'll get back to that getting worse, because we're pointing towards specific symptomology. For me, for example, I was looking to heal my joints. They were so inflamed I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk almost. I couldn't lift my arms. I couldn't bend my arms. I couldn't even, get a hold of my hair. I couldn't do anything like that. So for me, I was looking at that symptom to see if I was getting better. And if that symptom was getting worse, that to me meant that I was getting worse, until I was knowledgeable enough to know that that was not the case, that that was the body working on that specific area, that there will be extra inflammation and swelling when acids are released, that there will be extra inflammation and swelling when we have a die-off, when there's a Herxheimer reaction anywhere. And there are some of these viruses that we're carrying, no joke, they're rough. So we need to be patient, and we need to be diligent, and we need to be bold, and we need to be doing this. Now, the third one, I think is also very important, the third point that I have, and that's the comparison point. It's easy to lose faith when you're getting worse and you look into others and they're not. Or that you're struggling in the sense that you might have a lot of self-sabotage, because, there really isn't any struggling in eating better. Now, how could there be that? Have you looked at this world? Have you seen how much crap is going on out there? How many people are really suffering? And then we're sitting there feeling like victims not because we have to change our diet, even because we didn't have to do anything, but we have been shown that it can be a possibility if we want it. So instead of just jumping of joy, that's what we feel as challenging. So we're on this challenge and we're doing our best, and we're sitting around kind of waiting for the results, judging by comparison. Two judgings going on here, and one of them is by comparison, and we're losing faith because of that also. But listen to me when I tell you, no other story or journey will be the same as yours. I don't care if anybody or nobody ever did what you're trying to do. I don't care. I didn't see anyone doing what I have done. I still haven't seen them. I don't care. We're doing it. That's enough. You're doing it. That's enough. And if you lose faith, you come to me. And if you're getting worse, remember, as long as you're on the track of better health, meaning as long as you cleaned up your diet, meaning you're eating high energetic food, meaning you're eating food from nature, food that you were designed to eat. You're eating food, that's it. You're not eating better health. You're not eating a specific fruit for a specific symptom. You're just eating, period. Your species-specific diet of fruits and vegetables fresh from nature. When you're doing that, you can never get worse. See, it doesn't work like that. The body doesn't work like that. But it could feel that way when the body is doing some deep cleansing, and especially under die-off. Now, there's a difference. We need to understand the difference about the knowledge again. There is a difference between a healing crisis and a Herxheimer reaction. A healing crisis means there will be symptoms in form of mucus, diarrhea, constipation, anything the body is doing to get rid of a lot of congestion in general. When I'm talking about a Herxheimer reaction, I'm talking specifically about die-off from amoebas, critters, parasites, viruses, something living. They excrete toxins. So that comes on top of it. Now, the comparing, you see, can never happen just because of this alone, okay, right? Because you have a different load than the next guy or the next woman, the next queen and the next king. We're all unique. This is your unique journey. You need to walk forth in your robe, wearing it diligently for a long time. Now, the fourth one would be not to look at the outcome. How could I say that? We're not supposed to look at the outcome. Why would we do this if it wasn't for the outcome? Well, first of all, we would eat amazing food just because we can, right? We wouldn't do anything else if we knew better. So that would never be, you're not doing this as a chore, the whole healing thing. Now, not looking at the outcome means not judging, you see. It doesn't mean that you didn't order this already. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be happy when you have all that vitality and health back and that all those symptoms get reversed and you didn't have that label to walk around with anymore and you don't really care. And it's more about the not caring. It's more about the not judging the how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, in what sequence it's going to happen, what it's going to look like, because that's what we do. We always look to see why it didn't work, or did it work, or how it worked, and we say, okay, I'm going to try this. So after 2 weeks, we're like, no, it didn't do anything for me. Or I've heard this so many times, Hilde, I've been on this for 3 months now. Nothing happened. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. But you have a lot of weaknesses, you have a lot of mucus, you might want to dress it a little differently. I have so many protocols. There's not one fit all. It depends on where this is in your body. Where are you constipated? Why are you sitting on this? Is there an emotional issue included here? Is there a spiritual issue? Are you living in a crazy relationship? What's holding you back? It's more than about the food. It's about you. It's about all of you. So you can never get worse, but you can lose faith if you think you are. So that needs to be deleted. Now, and that comes down to number 5, which is not giving a damn as much. We think, we overthink. So the difference between faith and being able to not give a damn is walking towards surrendering, because that's a much better word. Because when you surrender, you allow yourself to heal on the operating table of nature with God as a part of that whole equation, which way you want to see that. I can't speak to that part of you because I don't know you. But most of us, I think almost all of us, have a sense that we're connected to something that is grander than our ego and our human expression right now. Because you have to remember, this is all that you are. Your human expression. And not giving a damn as much. It's actually just realizing that this is what it is. It's a lifetime. And then we're gone. It isn't forever. It's just right now. Right now we're going through this and we have options. So we can't freak out over every little thing that we created in our life. Now, I say, and I think it's Will Smith that said this, then it's kind of a quote that I've adopted or that I use a lot. And he said, no matter what got you here, no matter what you experienced in your life up to this point, no matter who did what, to you even, it's always your responsibility to fix it. So, if you really know this from your core, that it's your responsibility, number 1. Number 2, that you have surrendered because you know that nature and the creation is bigger than you and wiser than you, and that you have the innate knowing to be able to connect to that. When you know all of this, You can never lose faith, not really. Right? How could you lose faith? That would mean you lost faith in life itself. And I used to have like one measuring sentence or thing that I used to do when it hit me the worst, when I was like so depressed. I was crying all day. You know, I literally feel like I cried for years. So I know. I cried. I was so freaking sad, and it was horrific having lost everything. My friends, you know, a lot of my close family members never showed up anymore. There was no support. Only a very few. God bless you, and you know who you are. I had to put my business down, walk away. I couldn't leave my bed. I couldn't leave the second floor of my house for several years. How do you think I felt? And I was in so much pain. Faith? The only thing that kept me faithful at that time was desperation. To the point where I knew what the alternative was. And you have to remember this. You can always do whatever you want. You have all, you know, you can choose from the alternatives that you have. That's when you step out of victimhood, when you realize that. And it could be a big, you know, drive for you to realize this on a deep level, because you'll know that nobody else can put the faith in you. If you don't have the faith, if you want to stop, stop. If you don't want to eat healthy anymore, don't. But you're going to feel it, right? There's a reason you're here, right? So I hung on to that in my darkest hours, that I had no alternative. To me, it was like this or death. That's why I saw it. And for me, it literally was. I would have been dead. And that is why so many of us are walking this path with a lot of stuff. Emotionally, mentally, physically, old, dormant, hidden. It's no easy fix. But we can do it. And we can keep getting better. And you can keep getting better. And I'm here if you want to reach out. Okay, I have a new 16-week program, which is freaking amazing. 16-week program. And if you watch my webinar, it'll go right to, I think it's almost like a 50% off. It will stay there for a little while. I'll put the link below. Go to the webinar. Do the webinar if you want that, you know, almost 50% off of the 16-week. You can just start right there. You don't have to think. You just download what I give you every single week for 16 weeks. You can do that easily. Or you can do one-on-one by me. You can become a member. There's so many things you can do. You can watch my free videos. You go to my website, inspiredbyhilde.com, and download those videos. So that, I think, is a real toolbox for keeping the faith. Have someone with you. Get support. We're doing this together. And we're in it for the win. Heck yeah. I mean, we're not messing around with this. We're not suffering another day if we don't have to. So, what am I doing? What am I, exploring? Me, mindset, always. Mindset. Food. Herbs, essential oils, and I'm on to something good these days that I'm adding in. This is about really exploring everything that's out there and putting it together. And that's why I can stand up and I can say, let's ditch the autoimmune, the Lyme, this stuff. I mean, people have been suffering enough, me including. I was so dead. I feel so alive right now. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I wasn't ranting way off topic at the end there, that you got something valuable from it. If you have any questions, please post below. If you want to subscribe, fine. If you want to share, beautiful. And I'll see you in the next video. And I love you. Thank you so much.